When the chips are down and democracy's back is up against the wall, two radio veterans step up to the microphone to right the wrongs, standing for truth, justice, and just because. Hey, are they ready to go yet? It's John and Gordy on 92.7 WMDX.
It's Friday.
Filing cabinet for these, filing cabinet for those.
What?
All right, and we got a lot of stories to get to today.
Yeah, we do.
Shocking, scary stories, by the way.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's coming up on WMDX. John Peterson, Gordy Young in the morning with you.
Good morning.
And
How we
good
doing?
morning to you.
How we doing so
Good
far?
morning.
Hey, hey,
Hey now.
producer Dom, how are you?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. It's Friday.
Yeah.
It's cloudy out there. It's
Is
still a little muggy.
Well, can I just tell you what the weather? 71 right now. And
Yeah.
78 is a predicted high. Low tonight. Wow. 58 degrees.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe a little rain. A little couple of spots of rain later this afternoon.
Hey,
Not much.
Big John and Gordy correction here on the show today.
What do you mean?
I got a little fed up yesterday with you.
What are you talking about?
You asked me, well, when is the sunset? And I said, oh, come on, man. It's not going to go anywhere past 8:41
Yeah?
in the evening, okay?
That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Well,
Yeah, what?
8:42 seems like
So
it's
there we
on
go.
its way.
Well, okay.
Wow.
There you have it.
I apologize for everybody who was,
You should. You should apologize.
more
more often.
focus their day on when they're going to retire.
Retire for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be kind of cloudy today through most of the day. And let's see what the afternoon high. I know you've predicted the afternoon high with your Samsung WMDX watch, but let's go to the lottery ball machine like we do every Friday.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
We do this every Friday.
got to get the balls out.
Fantastic.
And
Got
let's
the
see what
balls
the
out.
first number is a 7. You predicted 78, right?
Yes.
Okay. This says 76.
Oh,
76. So a little
looks like
bit
we're
of
going to have a little
discrepancy
maintenance on.
on the lottery balls.
Yeah, I think so.
they
You
need
know,
maintenance once
we have
in
to
a
go
while.
with technology every once in a while. And,
Right. Well, here it is Friday, so it's a free ticket Friday. We'll be giving away some Brewers tickets a little bit later on, and we'll tell you more about that as we get into it. Rökker will be here in our 7 o'clock hour,
Mhm.
Maxing preview. And let's see, are we going to talk to Pam Jahnke today? I think we are. No?
I don't
We
think
don't have her
are.
today?
No, she's on vacation.
Oh, that's right.
She's on
She
vacation.
is on vacation.
Yeah, for
Okay.
yesterday and today.
well,
Yeah.
I have some really cool news. I was going to spring on her.
Oh, really? Well,
I guess we'll just get to it. But we've got the rock and roll dentist coming up at 6:35.
Yeah, we're going to wake up Chris Cameron,
That's right.
dentist.
And if there's time after our
it's a new
interview,
segment.
we'll get to maybe something, some farm-related news, which I just find fascinating, and
Yeah.
I know no one else will. So
Okay. Well,
we'll spring it
that's
on you
coming up.
anyway. Sorry.
Yeah. Now there was a shooting of a couple of officers in Milwaukee last night. I know that our news folks are all over this story. One officer is critical, the other one not injured that badly,
Uh-huh.
it appears. But we'll have some updates, I think, through the day from Civic Media News,
All right.
just to make you aware of that.
Oh my God.
But let's. What do we got? What's the matter? What are you looking at?
He's just staring right now.
John is captivated by something he's watching on TV. You know, we should turn the monitor off sometimes. What?
Well, I don't even
what-
know if we're in a commercial break here. All of a sudden, they show this clip of a large truck making a turn onto a street, and it accidentally hits the a guy on a cherry picker
Oh,
changing
no.
a light bulb in a
Oh.
light or something like that, and the truck hits this guy, and he goes flipping in the box that he's in, and he doesn't fall out, but it's I don't know if it's AI generated or not. I'm just leave me
But
alone. It could have been an ad, but it's a very, very strange, unsettling ad.
Yeah, well,
If
it
it's
captured
true.
your attention.
It did. It did. It really.
By the
kinda
way,
freaked
we're
me out.
doing a show here in the studio,
Oh, we
so
are.
you might want to.
Hey, nudge me when we start. Okay.
All right. We'll try to remind you from time to time. Let's see. What do we have for what would you rather? Which one would you rather? Whatever. What's the name of
I
this
think
thing?
this is the third time that you've got it wrong. It's would you rather?
Well,
Would
okay,
you
what's
rather?
what
Very
I said,
simple.
didn't I?
You said what? What you rather?
What would you?
Where you rather? What?
It's-
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let's do some would
Hit
you
it.
rather, shall we?
Do it.
Let's do it.
So let's
Hit
All
the
see.
button.
right. So,
There we go.
first question: would you rather
Yeah.
get a paper cut every time you turn a page, or bite your tongue every time you eat, every single time? Obviously, you don't want to do either, but if you have to choose one, which one would you choose?
You live in a really dangerous world, man. All right. Well, the paper cut is a lot easier to handle. You know, you don't want to bite your tongue every time because that just makes it worse
Yeah.
each and every time you do that.
Yeah, and then you
So,
could get a
paper cuts.
canker sore too if you
Yeah.
keep biting your
Oh,
tongue
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
or what a taste bud.
Yeah.
No, I would not want the paper cuts. I'll go with the.
Really?
You know, I
do
don't want
that?
either one of them.
No,
but yeah,
You-
I don't like
you should
paper
take-
cuts at all.
They're awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, maybe that's just a bad question.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on.
What's the next question?
All right, next question. Would you rather give up cursing forever? I already think I know what John's going to say about this. Would you rather give up cursing forever or give up ice cream for years?
I'll give up ice cream any day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I couldn't give up ice cream. I love eating. So,
I
keep
love
saying
ice
that,
cream. But
So
yeah.
you would give up cursing.
I would give up cursing. I
The famous S word that I'm working on trying to get radio people to say.
don't know
All
if that'll ever change. But
All
yeah, I'll give up cursing. I'm not a big cursor. I don't know. It's just something, it's.
I mean, we're already working toward the F word.
Yeah,
Right?
boy, that was all over the
I
place.
know. What the heck?
Yesterday or day before.
We were.
Yeah.
They played it all day. It wasn't
Yeah.
a night thing. at all.
CNN,
So,
MSNBC,
yeah.
all the late shows. Yeah.
Some were a little behind with the S word.
yeah. Mhm.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I
All
would
right.
not want to give up
Yeah.
swearing.
Swearing.
So
All right.
ice cream, sure.
It's a great outlet.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay.
All
Anything
right.
else?
Is there a third question?
Third and last question. Third and final question. Would you
There's
rather?
always three.
This one's going to be a doozy. Would
Uh-oh.
you rather have a tattoo of the title of the last book you read? The tattoo can be anywhere,
Uh,
or the last TV show you watched.
Well, I'm never going to get a tattoo. I don't care what you say. So I'm just not into it. I mean, I think they're beautiful on some people. I mean, they look, they're very artistic
I think
nowadays.
they're really cool.
Kind of cool, but
I have never ever thought of getting a tattoo.
yeah.
So what would I get a tattoo
Of the last TV show that you watched, or
And
the
the
last
last
the
book,
TV
or the
show
last
or the
book?
last book?
So, what was the last book that you've read?
Let's see. Miracles Along County Q.
Yeah, that's
that's
So
by
that would
Mike
be-
our own Mike McCabe.
I think I have room for that.
Go across your arm.
Yeah, I guess I would do a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was Diary. Mine was the last book, and it would be Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And I think I would put it on my back. I think
Oh,
that's what it would be. So
okay.
that
Yeah, I
was-
saw the movie. The first movie was pretty good.
Okay.
I think I would go with
TV show.
TV show.
TV show. What was the last TV show you watched?
Let me see.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Beverly Hillbillies.
Okay, good deal.
I was checking some audio out, and I was watching a segment of the Beverly Hillbillies. Look out!
Really? Yeah. Oh, that Jethro, he's a character.
Yes, well, that's
Granny.
what I'll have.
Yeah. Okay.
But where would you put the
Well,
tattoo?
that's
That's
a
the big
personal
question right there.
isn't it?
Catherine really antsy this morning.
Answer the question.
maybe had a
now.
little
What
too
you
much
say
coffee right away.
Apparently
She
so.
says, "Jeez, just answer the question."
Okay. All right. Phone lines are open 608-879-8255. You can always reach us with the Civic Media app, which is free to download and free to use always. Just go to the app and you can text us right from there or leave us a voice note. We love the voice notes. Kind of a new feature.
We got a new one yesterday, actually.
Did we?
Yeah.
Really?
I think it was 2 days ago. It was about
Did we play it yet?
Yeah, it was about the black hole.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, we heard that. That was Matt, I think.
That black hole noise
Yeah.
is what happens inside Trump's head every second of every day.
Thank you,
Have a
Matt.
good day, guys.
Thank you,
Oh.
Matt.
I think we might have to play that off.
That's got to be a new. That's
Yeah,
got
it's
to
a
be a
keeper.
new.
That's a keeper. All right.
Oh, man.
Well, here it is Friday. Just a few more days to vote for Best of Madison,
right.
by the way.
We got on the kids. The kids signed us up.
And I want to mention, we haven't really talked about this very much, but you can vote not only in Madison area, not only in Dane County, but surrounding counties. Columbia County, you can vote from Columbia County, Dodge, Iowa, Greene, Rock, Jefferson, and Sauk counties. So if you're listening from any of those counties, you can vote for Best of Madison.
Well, sadly, you
Some
can
of those
hear us
people
around
don't
the
know.
world.
Yeah. Well, yes.
And
Yeah.
what about the what
Yeah.
about the person in Sweden?
The Sweden-
I know they're listening on a daily basis.
Right? Yeah, they
should
can't
at
vote.
least be able to throw their 2 cents in.
No, they can't. They can't vote for Best of Madison. Only in one of these counties that I listed. Dane County, Columbia County, Dodge County, Iowa County, Greene County, Rock County, or Jefferson County, and Sauk County.
But be very careful. They do screen your phone for JD Vance memes. So
Do they?
John, you're on it today, man. You're on it today.
If you want to find out how to vote and when, you can do all that at WMDXradio.com. And don't forget, we have our partners in voting, Sugar River Pizza Company. We've teamed up with them. Of course, they've won Best of Madison several times.
they're giving us tips on how to do this.
Yeah, that's right. So,
I'm not good at making pizzas, though.
no? Okay. Well, you can go to our website. Yeah, well, you don't have to make any pizzas, but
That's
we're
right.
going to be giving away pizza parties, and people are already entering for
Yes,
that.
that's great
You
stuff.
You can find out how to enter at WMDXradio.com. Just click on the banner when you see the Sugar River banner along with ours.
and go to your workplace.
Yeah.
And bring some pizza along.
Yeah, go to your office, go to your workplace. We'll bring some pizzas and have a party.
Yes.
So sign up. Okay. Let's see. What else? What else on this Friday? We've got Rökker. I mentioned that with the Maxing preview.
Which, by the way, he was very excited. He's
Was he?
very excited to show off some of these local.
Is there something particularly that
He
was
really likes
excited
the
about?
bands this time.
He
around,
really
right?
does. He really does. But
All right. Well, that's exciting.
he said
Okay.
keep it under wraps. So
Okay.
Well, we
okay,
just let everybody know
what?
it's going to be a special edition of Rocker's program today.
Okay. Very good. When we come back, we're going to kick off the free ticket Friday. The tickets this time are for the Brewer game against Colorado on June 29th. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And there's a keyword. Man, I think I can reveal this now, can't I? Yeah, we can get people texting right away. The keyword is park, P-A-R-K. So if you have the Civic Media app, you can text us the word park and you'll be in. Now, you have to be able to go to that game. Don't enter the contest if you can't go Sunday, June 29th against Colorado. But that's the keyword. And of course, this is a statewide contest, but some lucky winner will be going to the Sunday, June 29th game against Colorado at American Family Field. Again, the word is park. Very good.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'm all set to go.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. 19 minutes past the hour, just getting started on a Friday morning. Stay with us for more of John and Gordy.
I'll follow the sun.
there, folks. It's Charlie Barons here. Now, Madison Magazine's got this poll going for Best of Madison, and I hear that John and Gordy are up for Best Radio Team. You know, I'll tell you this much. If they're friends of Pam Jahnke, they're friends of me, okay?
All right.
Yeah, we're friends with
Yeah, well, okay. WMDX, John and Gordy in the morning. We've got so much coming up today.
623, cloudy skies, highs in the mid to upper 70s, maybe some showers later on.
Yeah, all right.
And right now it's 71.
I've got something here, and are you all set?
Hang on just a second. Now I am. Okay, I'm all set. We have
All
something
right.
special here. Okay,
All right.
Go ahead.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
Wait, let's read this thing from Mark first.
Okay.
The F word is so useful. It can be a noun, verb, adjective, or adverb. And since Trump seems incapable of not saying it, it should not be banned from the FCC and controlled by the airwaves.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's time to, open the floodgates for all obscene language. All right, here we go.
So you're going to start swearing like a sailor, huh?
Just please don't.
Okay, here we go.
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready.
Who thinks their job is bull? All right, there you go.
Well, this is working well so
It's
far.
on the fly.
Okay.
All right.
Keep going.
All right. Well, okay, here it is. This is the list going down from people who love their job and
Yeah.
they don't think it's bull. All right. So let's start off with those people who are really dedicated to their work, nurses and midwives. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Elementary school teachers are pretty happy. Psychologists are happy. Librarians pretty happy. In the middle now are journalists. They could go either way.
Not happy.
Suicidal or, just having fun with their life. But okay, here we go. HR people,
Yeah.
they're not happy. They think their job is bullshit. All right. And
Timing's a little. Okay.
I'm going to
ahead.
keep going here.
All right.
Bankers are really not happy.
No, they're not.
No.
Oh, really.
Tech workers, isn't that strange? They're not happy at all. And
Why wouldn't
who are the most unhappy people in the world? And we see them every day around the station.
Radio announcers.
Sales, marketing, and PR staff.
Okay.
So they're-
You're right. I think they're quite depressed most of the time. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
that's why we have this big room and they have their own.
That's
All
it.
right.
Okay.
All right. So there you go. That's
That's it.
yeah. Who
Okay.
thinks their job is bull?
Still a little off, but
I think okay.
Well, it kind of works.
That's okay. Well, it was a test run. That's good.
All right. Now,
Works.
because we don't have Pam Jahnke here, this is just a fascinating story.
Okay.
Minnesota has deployed mobile solar panels on a
Mobile.
trailer
Yeah.
that moves across grazing fields, providing cattle with shade. Oh, I know. This
wait.
is fantastic news. Let's
How does this work?
$199. Well, no, it works just fine. Apparently, they love the shade. Let's
Okay.
listen.
All right.
The cows at West Central Research and Outreach Center in Morris, Minnesota are part of a multi-million-dollar research that may change the way agriculture and energy work together.
Solar has a bright future on this dairy research farm run by the University of Minnesota Morris. The campus already has solar panels fixed in place throughout the pastures that are producing energy for the facility and providing shade for the cows. But this summer, they're testing a mobile solar array.
Yeah.
It moves across the grazing fields, generating electricity and providing portable shade for the dairy cattle.
It's working really well.
They created a trailer unit that could move along with the cattle from pasture to pasture. The portable solar array is pulled by a solar-charged electric tractor.
There's a lot of interest in, obviously, solar.
Research shows shaded cows tend to have less stress, which can mean more milk production, higher fertility rates, and potentially longer life. And they're researching other ways a solar array will be used.
So they've got a gigantic truck they're
Yes.
hauling out into the fields.
That's right.
With solar panels on the back of it.
I wish we could have heard from a few of the cows. But anyway, and that guy could have used a little more, excitement in his voice. but it is a fantastic thing that is happening out there in our grazing pastures.
Okay.
I think it's. I mean,
Good to
think
know.
about the heat that we had just recently, and
Right.
just being out in the sun for just a short amount of time. That was very stressful on me.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what it'd be like for somebody who doesn't know, or something, an animal doesn't know really what's going on, and is
the cows are just
under the blazing sun. So having the solar panels moving along on wheels on a battery powered truck, and and the trick is to trick these cows into following it.
What if
I don't know?
What if they don't want to follow it?
Yes, I know.
They're scared of the truck.
What if they had a really great spot for grazing, and the truck keeps moving?
We'll have to talk to Pam Jahnke about this.
Yeah. We'll have to bring it up when she's back from vacation.
Man. That's really something. Okay.
It was a powerful report as well. So,
yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did that come from? Where'd you find that?
I get some energy news.
Ag news.
Yeah. Energy
right.
news basically, but this is all about. The farmers are using a lot of solar panels.
Yeah.
And a lot of free electricity that way, so it helps them on the farm.
That's great.
Yeah.
They're right on top of it. Okay. It's 29 minutes past the hour. Just getting going on a Friday morning. And we'll have much more. Oh, we're going to debut a new segment here on John and Gordy in the morning. We're going to wake up Dr. Chris Kammer.
All right.
That's the new segment.
Okay.
And it's coming up next on John and Gordy in the morning.
Come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Cocoa? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. We gotta go, Aruba, Jamaica.
Okay. Hey, Chris.
Hey, hi.
We're just checking in with you. We're coming up in a couple of minutes, a minute or so.
Okay, is this okay?
So we're gonna ask you what the results. We'll just talk to you for a couple of minutes. Find out what the results were last night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like we really actually woke you up.
Yeah.
You did. I kind of expected that might be the case, so that's all right.
All right. Well,
All right, I'm gonna turn you guys' mics off.
And my morning voice.
Okay, we'll get
that's great.
Hang on just a minute. Okay.
Hey everybody, Todd Allball here, asking our dear listeners to vote for our friends John and Gordy for Best Radio Team in Madison Magazine's Best of Madison poll. They do a great show, and they pay me to say all this. So vote for John and Gordy. Somers, did the check clear yet? Nope. Forget that.
Okay, so we got to put some money in the account.
We got to do that. Thank you, Todd Alba.
Yeah, WMDX 92.7, John and Gordy in the morning.
6:35, cloudy skies, highs in the mid to upper 70s today, maybe some rain showers. Time for a new segment on the show we're going to do every once in a while.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Wake Up Chris Kammer. Wake Up Dr. Chris Kammer. Paging Dr. Chris Kammer. Good morning. Is Chris Kammer on the phone? Good morning.
Do we have him?
Chris?
Wait, hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Good morning.
Chris?
What's going on? Yeah, hi.
Hey.
Yeah, you sound very sleepy, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, I was sleeping. That's why.
Okay.
Well,
now
that does make a difference, though.
Yeah. Well, we're sorry to
I'm
wake you.
energized.
Yeah.
That's great.
You guys.
That's great. Well, we're calling you because we're kind of interested in what happened last night.
Yeah, there was. You're in this big contest.
Yeah.
What's the name of the contest again?
Oh my gosh. America's Next Top Hitmaker.
Okay. America's next top hit maker, and you've been through 2 or 3 rounds, and there was another round of voting last night. So can you tell us what the results were? Do you have the results?
Yeah.
Are you able to go on?
I am able to talk about it.
Okay.
I've signed all the papers. Everything's good. What this is I don't even know what this is. That's the interesting thing. I mean, I know what it is. So it's kind of sponsored by Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking for America's Next Top Hit Maker,
Yeah.
which I assume means that you're have some musical ability where you can sing or rock out or who knows what.
Well,
Anyway,
minimal anyway
so
in your case. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, all right. So I'm in this contest,
Yes.
and a friend of mine, it's sponsored by. I mean, oh yeah, so the $50,000 is the prize.
Yeah.
And you open a concert like in New York Central Park, like this.
Wow.
This Global Citizen one has a big concert. Anyway.
Wow.
So every week for the last 5 or 6 weeks, there's been voting, and I've made the cut every single time with all my. I guess I've got a couple friends. 3 at least. I don't know. I mean, you guys voted for me, right?
Yes. But
no,
you know what?
you got to tell us how to do that, so we can help you out. Right?
Okay. Well, nobody walked me through voting for John and Gordy for the best morning host. Nobody.
Okay,
All right. Well, you got to give us a website that we can go to so we can, vote for you. We don't have that. So,
well, he's got it on his Facebook page.
Oh, he does? Yeah. He has it on his Facebook page.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So anyway, so so what's crazy? I am the Rockin' Dentist.
Yes.
I submitted my entry as the Rockin' Dentist.
Mm-hmm.
and put a picture of me on stage at the Mamas where I'm holding my giant toothbrush, got my silver suit on.
Yep.
I'm being clipped by roller derby ladies while my toothbrush cannon is shooting confetti and smoke into the air.
Wow.
So if they base the voting on just the picture without knowing if I can sing, listen to my voice. I can sing,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
Yep. We've heard you sing. Yeah.
But if they based it just on the picture, I might be winning the hype component. I don't even know if there's a hype component.
But you might be winning that, and that is a big plus. We have a song that you did do. Should we listen to that really quick?
Let's listen to a little bit.
Okay, let's listen to the talent.
All right.
This is the
Might
talent.
help people either vote for me or not vote for me.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
All right.
State Street, where dreams come alive. Everybody's buzzing like bees round a hive. State Street, I really want to go there. Lots of happy people and a guy in underwear. State Street, that great street.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone
that's
can
just a
relate.
sampling
Street.
That's great.
of Art Paul Schlosser, and
that
of
is
course your companion there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the Schlosser Camber project right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
So
Bringing the State Street. Yes. Oh, yeah.
So last night. So tell us, did you make the cut? Did you make the cut last night?
Last night, last night's cut was for the top 5. Like every week was the first one, maybe the top 25, then the top 20. I mean, they're dragging this thing out, like, so okay. But last night was for the top 5, and you ready? Drum roll. I made the cut.
Yay! All right.
All right. Yeah.
That's all we wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So now,
In
so this
fact-
happens every week. They do voting.
So yeah, every week. Yep. The next cut will be next Thursday again.
All right.
And I think it's for the final person, number 1 in the group. But here's the tricky part,
Yes.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what being in the top 5 means, because it says they say you're the top 5 of your group.
Yeah.
Well, this is a national contest, so how many groups did they pick?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been leading the pack of my group, and I have been first. Leading the group the whole time. So I'm hoping, and maybe by some miracle, I will win my group, and then I'll face. Then they'll go back into, now we have the group winners.
Right.
And now we're back to 100. So so next week we're gonna eliminate 50 people. So we're gonna go over the top 50.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
it's fun.
That's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so this is all for a good cause, right? This is all the money
The
raised.
Global Citizen is raised. Yeah, like you can vote for free or you can buy votes.
Oh, okay.
And so if you buy votes, which makes it interesting, like America's next top hit maker can be bought. What?
Okay. Well, you know what?
If it's for a good cause, it's okay.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, good for you for
yes.
doing this. And we're going to put a link to the Rockin' Dentist contest that you're in, or the
On our Facebook page.
on our Facebook page, on our John and Gordy Facebook page, so people can find out more there. Yeah.
We've hired
if
Facebook
I
elves to
win,
do this. So
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'll bet your Facebook elves are the best.
they are the best. They're
great.
high-tech elves.
They are.
Then we're pretty much guaranteed I'm going to win this thing.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for
Okay.
updating us. You can go back to sleep now.
Well, no, wait. I have one more question.
Oh,
I
do
have
you?
one more question.
Okay,
I understand, Chris. You and I, we're later on in our age here, and I just want to ask you. I read a story where we do not produce as much nitrous oxide for our bodies anymore. If we inhale it, does that supplement the need for nitrous?
Well, John,
yeah,
that's a great question. And one thing I would like to know why you are asking this, but let's just leave that one alone.
All right. Okay.
Right.
I was
but
trying to come up with a reason to have nitrous.
Okay.
You're confusing nitric oxide, which is NO, with nitrous oxide.
Darn.
Which is a different molecule.
Just slightly. Okay. All right.
We do need NO, nitric oxide.
All right.
And for you and Gordy, and during your show, many times you do need nitrous oxide.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Well, we'll have to have you in the studio here, and we'll
try some.
We'll experiment a little with that.
Yeah, I guess maybe if I'm there, since I'm a dentist, it would be allowed. I guess.
Yeah,
it would be actually.
Kids don't try this at home.
That's right.
It's probably wrong.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay, Rockin' Dentist.
So, when does your voting end? I want to vote. I want you guys to win. I voted for you for best morning host.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah,
the voting goes through Monday. Monday is the last day to vote.
Through Monday. Well, then forget the Rockin' Dentist. Let's get John and Gordy number one here, people.
All right.
That's what really matters.
Well, thank you.
But then after you get number one, then we're going to focus all of our attention on getting the Rockin' Dentist to be number one.
Sounds
so
like a
thank you,
plan.
people.
All right. Thank
Very
you.
Good.
Citizens of Madison, I love you. Peace out.
Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Chris Kammer.
That's Dr. Chris
Rockin'
Kammer.
Dentist.
Yep. And again, we'll put a link to the contest that he's in, and you can vote for him in that contest on our John and Gordy Facebook page.
He's our dentist.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we both have been
For
going to him
years,
for quite a while.
decades. Holy crap.
Yeah. Okay. And that was great that he,
He-
we found that song that he did with Art Paul Schlosser. And
Yeah.
of course, Art Paul has been on the show a few times.
The great thing about that song is that it's a song about the street we overlook.
Yeah, that's right.
It's where the leaf blower guy is, the
Yes.
street cleaning, the sidewalk brush machine.
Haven't seen him out there today, but they're out there. They're out there
It sounds-
every day.
It almost sounds like a Lego set, doesn't it?
What?
A Lego set.
Lego set.
Legos.
Yes, I know what Legos are.
Well, they have sets.
Okay.
And this
Bunch
is
of
a
people.
State Street set
Oh.
where you go out there and you put all the, the
They
stuff
actually
out in
have
the
sets
street.
like that. There's a New York set. There's also a
That's right.
Chicago set as well.
You can actually enter a set and you might get it approved.
Correct. Yeah. All right.
All right.
It is 6:46. This portion of John and Gordy in the Morning brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center. You can find them at 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. They offer passion over profit, fast and flexible appointments. They are helping people change their lives. Their goal isn't just selling hearing aids, it's improving the quality of life through better hearing. You can go online and do an initial hearing test at MadisonHearingAidCenter.com and then set up an appointment and go in person, 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. That's Madison Hearing Aid Center.
All right. Well, this is kind of this is good news for everybody out there, watching the dictator in chief.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
Yeah, the Senate Republicans attempted to make it more difficult to challenge Trump in court, but the parliamentarian who controls, what goes into this, it has to be a budget matter.
Right.
Threw out a provision that would have required plaintiffs seeking an emergency court order to pay the federal government a bond covering all the potential costs and damages. If you wanted to sue Trump, you had to pay all the costs first up front before a judge could impose injunctions or restraining orders against the government, Trump.
So now they're all running around. They can't pass this bill yet, right?
But the parliamentarian threw that baby out. Such bonds could amount to millions of dollars and make it financially impossible for ordinary Americans like you and me, Gordy, to go to court and protect our rights. All right. And get this, also rejected attempts to gut the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to slash food aid as well.
Wow.
That's out the door. The parliamentarian threw out a provision that would have allowed states to carry out border security on their own and immigration enforcement. Well, thank goodness that's gone. Duties that are obviously set out by the federal government, not the states. But they threw all of this into the Senate bill. This is crazy stuff, and I'm glad the parliamentarians there. I think it was Tommy Tubber actually,
Tuberville.
he actually came out and said, we got to fire this parliamentarian.
I don't think they can do that, right?
They're not going to
they're not
do it. That's
allowed
what they,
to
I
do
don't
that.
know if they are not allowed, but they're certainly not going to do it.
Right. Okay. Well, we will have more of Idiocracy coming up in
Just a few moments.
minutes.
We'll see you later.
Stay with us for more of John and Gordy.
I'm just kidding.
In the morning.
Yeah, I know.
Where was the music? Oh.
City. I can't wait to feel my wheels rolling and I'm on my way.
Sing along if you like.
I've been gone so long now, I think it's a pity. Going back to Mad City today.
And we're back. We are back. John and Gordy in the morning, WMDX.
6:53. It's cloudy this morning, still a little bit humid, and we could be in for some scattered showers. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. By the way, it is a free ticket Friday, And I may have misspoken before, John. Let me correct myself.
Oh my
if I
goodness
did.
sakes.
This is for a 4-pack of Brewers tickets, not just a pair. This is a 4-pack of Brewers tickets up for grabs for Sunday, June 29th. That's when they take on Colorado at American Family Field. So if you can go to that game and you want to enter this contest, you can text us. The keyword is park, P-A-R-K, park. Okay. And you have until 8 o'clock to get that word into us. This is a statewide contest. And again, we do this every Friday. So you can tune in later on in the day.
Yeah.
There'll be other keywords and other shows. And again, it is park is the keyword this time around.
Are we
And
telling
you can
everybody
go to
about,
civicmedia.us for more rules and
about the game we're going to go to?
Have
we put
haven't,
that out
we
on
haven't
the
really
web yet?
revealed that
All
quite
right,
yet, John,
all right.
but we will do that.
All in due time.
Let's see, are we doing that yet?
Sorry, I let that slip.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I'm just going to ask right here on the air.
Yes, thanks for doing that.
Instead of when
we
the
really
mic is
weren't going to
off.
talk about that till Tuesday, but that's fine.
Well,
Go ahead.
we break the rules here in this show.
Yes, we have a special contest coming up beginning next week. We'll tell you
Okay.
more, but thank you for teasing that.
Yeah. So,
by the way, let me just mention something else here.
go
Okay,
ahead.
I know I'm taking a lot of your time up here, but this portion of the show is brought to us by Verlo Mattress. You can wake up and sleep better on a Verlo mattress. We've talked about this before, about their wonderful adjustable frames, which you love. You go in there about once every 2 weeks just to check out the adjustable
make sure
frames.
they have them on display.
Yeah. Well, you actually, you try them all out, which, they're all pretty much, there are a lot of them, they're pretty same, pretty much the same, but there are a few variances.
They did warn me about pushing people onto those bed frames.
Well,
I just want to make sure people have tried it.
I know, but you don't have to drag them over to throw them down onto the bed. I mean, that's a little over the top.
It is, and I apologize.
Let me just say, wake up and sleep better on a Verlo mattress. Plenty has changed since 1958, but some things remain constant throughout their history. They're still direct to consumer. Yeah. They make the mattresses right there, and you can find out all about it at Verlo.com. Verlo mattress, east side location and west side location in Madison. Go to Verlo.com.
All right.
Okay. Check out those adjustable bed frames today.
You have to do that. They're not for hospitals anymore. I hate it when they call those hospital beds. They're not.
They're much nicer than hospital beds.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Okay.
Unless you need an oxygen machine, but I'm not getting into that. All right, let's get into this unbelievable story. You're going to love this thing.
Okay,
all right?
Get to it.
This is the unbelievably bad bill in the Senate. I won't follow the things that they have added. Get this. The U.S. Postal Service debuted its long-awaited electric vehicle mail delivery trucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I believe that Rivian actually does those trucks for them. And this is really, really cool trucks. I love those things. Since then, more than 7,200 new zero-emission vehicles have been distributed to the Postal Service. Yes.
Wow.
Right? Oh, wait.
What?
There's a provision in the Senate bill.
Oh, no.
The big bad bill.
Oh, no.
Tucked inside the Senate bill, it would force the U.S. Postal Service to sell off the brand new trucks.
Why? What?
And cancel or significantly amend the contract for the remaining 58,800 of those trucks due to be delivered in the next 10 years. Sell all the trucks that they just bought, 7,200 of those beautiful trucks out on the streets. Sell them off. It's in the bill. Here.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Will it save money? Heck no.
No.
That's their excuse. According to the bill, selling EVs off would cut unnecessary costs and focus USPS on delivering mail and not achieving the environmental initiatives pushed by the Biden administration.
Oh,
Getting
boy.
back at Biden, boy.
Yeah, well, that's the cause.
It unnecessary costs and focus. You know what? Electric vehicles have fewer moving parts.
Yeah.
They don't have as many breakdowns.
Right.
They don't require the kind of gasoline and oil and changes that you need.
Mm-hmm.
It saves money. This saves money. All electric vehicles and related infrastructure owned by the Postal Service will be sold and the proceeds will be deposited in the general fund of the Treasury. Thankfully, Senate parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough fought and disposed of that particular element of the Senate bill, saying it violated the bird rule.
I'm liking this parliamentarian.
I am too.
Good.
The Postal Service
on
has
her.
over 200,000 vehicles in an outdated and aging fleet. Using EVs will reduce fuel and maintenance costs and help the USPS to do a better job serving the public.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
So, well, again,
They
the
were gonna
parliamentarian keeps stepping up. Keep stepping up, parliamentarian.
What a surprise, right?
Yeah.
They in the bill, they were going to tell them to all the EVs that they just bought, sell them off. And by the way, it would be kind of difficult to sell them off because, of course, the driver is on the other side of the vehicle.
Are they all set up and ready to go? Do they have all the signage on the vehicles? I mean, they have to change all of that.
I was
how much is that?
I was thinking about it. If we had freaks today, this would be a freak truck.
A freak truck
with all the flowers and the marijuana painted on the side.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that great?
Yeah. Hey, coming up in our next hour, Rökker will join us in studio with a MaxInc preview and a whole lot more. You're on a Friday edition of John and Gordy in the morning. Stay with us.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Fellas, it was sounding great, but I could have used a little more cowbell. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
These are the times that try men's souls. In the course of our nation's history, the people have rallied bravely whenever the rights of men have been threatened. Today, a new crisis has arisen. Citizens, hear me out. This could happen to you.
People think I'm controversial, but the truth is, I'm a nice guy.
You know, I am in the field of live entertainment. Oh my God!
I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad.
Let me tell you something, you low-life, lying, four-flushing sack of shit.
I will tell you, this is going to be something special.
Just a show about nothing.
Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and my sister.
Boy, this is ponderous, man. Ponderous. Ponderous.
It is ponderous.
It is.
It's John Peterson, Gordy Young in the morning with you here on WMDX 92.7.
It's 7 minutes past the hour. It's cloudy this morning. Maybe some showers a little bit later, and highs in the mid to upper 70s. Right now, 71 degrees. Yeah.
All right, this is, it was quite the show watching Pete Hegseth yesterday.
Oh, boy.
God.
In this press conference?
Yes, that was
the Joint Chiefs
a
staff.
total disaster.
My God.
He thinks he's still on the couch doing a morning show on the weekends.
Apparently.
He's out there just yabbering away, defending things that he doesn't have to defend if he didn't want to. But instead, he's got this guilt complex. Here, I'll tell you what, let's play the.
Okay.
This was a post yesterday that I thought was very interesting. It's a MAGA defending Pete, saying that Hegseth shreds the fake news over their obsession with race and gender. All right.
Okay.
So I found this cut and it is 205, and I want you to see if you agree or disagree with the MAGA guy who's trying to defend Pete Hegseth. Was he a little too sensitive, being questioned about this or not? Let's listen.
Why not acknowledge the female pilots that also participated in this mission? The early messages that you sent out only congratulated the boys.
So when I say something like our boys and bombers, see, this is the kind of thing the press does, right?
Yeah.
Of course, the chairman mentioned a female bomber pilot. That's fantastic. She's fantastic. She's a hero. I want more female bomber pilots. I hope the men and women of our country sign up to do such brave and audacious things. But when you spin it as, because I say our boys and bombers as a common phrase, I'll keep saying things like that. Whether they're men or women, very proud of that female pilot, just like I'm very proud of those male pilots. And I don't care if it's a male or a female in that cockpit, and the American people don't care. But it's the obsession with race and gender in this department that's changed priorities. We don't do that anymore. We don't play your little games.
Oh, well.
Your little game.
I think he's playing the game. Caught.
The boys and the bombers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, kind of excluding the females who
well, yes,
are included in all of this.
And he made it sound like that's a common phrase, I guess, in the military, the boys and the bombers. Yeah, they took care of it.
Yeah,
they did it.
It's all group, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, that's not true.
Doesn't.
I mean, you could have said this, by the way, without a reporter asking you about saying it. He could have congratulated the women who participated in the bombing mission, but he didn't do it until he was asked about it, and he got all
defensive,
flustered and defensive about it. My God, this guy is. Yeah, that was a lot of spin.
Yep.
Sometimes the news media just focuses on the details way too much, right?
Okay.
All right. This is the other golden moment. I just love this.
All right.
Catherine Rampell is filling in on MSNBC for Chris Hayes. And she put this comparison together. I just love this. Remember Sean Spicer in the first Trump administration went out there, and inauguration was the biggest crowd ever seen in the history of the United States.
That's right. The next day. Yeah.
And
the biggest crowd ever.
And Sean Spicer was played by Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On SNL.
Yeah.
I remember
and
that.
it was such a great exaggeration. We just love it. So I'm going to play that, along with yesterday's Pentagon press conference with Pete Hegseth, doing pretty much the exact same thing about the bombing mission. Let's check the two comparisons here. Listen.
Okay.
The whole scene was so silly, it spawned one of SNL's most memorable impersonations.
As you know, President Trump announced his Supreme Court pick on the national TV. Today, when he entered the room, the crowd greeted him with a standing ovation, which lasted a full 15 minutes. And you can check the tape on that. Everyone was smiling. Everyone was happy. The men all had erections. And every single one of the women was ovulating left and right.
President Trump directed the most complex and secretive military operation in history. And it was a resounding success, resulting in a ceasefire agreement and the end of the 12-day war. You, and I mean specifically you, the press, specifically you, the press corps, because you cheer against Trump so hard. It's like in your DNA and in your blood to cheer against Trump. Because you want him not to be successful so bad, you have to cheer against the efficacy of these strikes.
Today, when Fox veteran Pentagon reporter Jennifer Griffin asked about where Iran stores its enriched uranium, Hegseth responded by attacking her personally.
Are you certain none of that highly enriched uranium was moved?
Of course, we're watching every single aspect, but Jennifer, you've been about the worst. The one who misrepresents the most intentionally.
I don't
what the president says. I'm familiar.
Report about the ventilation shafts on Saturday night, and in fact, I was the first to describe the B-2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy. So I take issue with that.
It is just like that inauguration crowd fight, but this time the stakes are so much higher. We are talking about a military conflict in the Middle East.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah.
That was quite a back and forth they had there.
He's a disaster.
Yeah.
He's something to watch.
Amazing.
He really is. In fact, we have a couple of calls.
Yeah, we got a couple of calls lined up. Let's go to Dick, who's on the line this morning. Good morning, Dick. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. He's a little thin-skinned, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Dick, yeah.
It's like, can I go back to your topic about the electric vehicles for a second?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
I had this stock, we did, called Workhorse back about 5-6 years ago. And they were being looked into by the post office and UPS both. And we bought it basically as a penny stock. And it rose, and I shouldn't complain too much because when we saw where the handwriting was going, we dumped it and made a quick $5,500.
Yeah.
But enter Louis DeJerkoff, and he started moving the whole thing over to Oshkosh Trucks, who had no expertise whatsoever. I know they're from Wisconsin.
That's right. Yeah.
In electric. But suddenly the thing with Workhorse went away. They're still around, but it's pretty much a penny stock.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But I can't imagine where it would have went if they would have got either of those two or both.
Well, it's still amazing that DeJoy is still in charge of the U.S. Postal Service to this day. It is just an amazing thing. I know. And, getting these EVs out on the roads and updating the trucks. I mean, we know when our mailman comes by because the damn muffler on that truck is so loud. We know we're getting the mail.
Yeah.
And, it'll be just like when Walker squashed the trains. What are you going to get? Pennies on the dollar for these vehicles now? Like you said, they're set up with right-hand drive. Everything's whatever.
Yeah.
And we're saving money.
Yeah. Yeah, saving a lot of money. All right. Thanks a lot. Let's go to CJ now. CJ, welcome to the program.
Morning, CJ.
No, we're getting the mail.
What?
Hello?
And, it'll be just like when Walker squashed the trains.
Yeah.
You're going to get pennies on the dollar for these vehicles now.
Oh, no. Okay. CJ's on a delay there.
Oh, CJ.
But he's not listening. He's listening to the radio.
He's listening to the radio.
CJ? Is this CJ?
Yeah. There we go. CJ?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, turn your radio down. Okay. CJ?
Hang on.
All right.
I'll call you back.
Okay. Do that.
Okay.
All right. I got this really, we're talking about watching, the press conference by Pete Hegseth. And the best way to watch that, I think, would be on a 1-inch TV.
Why do you say that?
Because I came across a story about a 1-inch TV set.
A 1-inch TV
Yeah, The
set.
Verge talks about tech a lot. And I came across, what? We got CJ back?
CJ's back, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get my tiny little TV set story.
Okay. Hold on to that one.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
You want to hear this?
All right. Let's see if we've got
back
CJ.
to CJ. All right.
Good morning, CJ. Go ahead.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Well, thank you for taking my call, gentlemen, because I am Civic Radio's truth detector.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
If
definitely.
the big, beautiful bill isn't passed, we'll have the greatest tax hike. And your owner, the owner of Civic, Sage, won't use his Trump tax break.
Yeah.
So let's hope that it happens, because every American's going to suffer if it doesn't pass.
So you're saying
And
that
the
John
other
and
thing
Gordy
is-
are going to get a raise if this does pass, but if Sage doesn't get all the money he needs, then we don't get a raise. I appreciate that.
Well, hopefully you guys will. If it's merit-based, you guys should get a couple of nickels.
I appreciate that. Wow. Big thumbs up from CJ.
But I want to talk about Pete Hegseth. The reason he's so thin-skinned is because
he's
the
drunk.
press leaked a intel report, and I can't wait to find out when the FBI discloses and charges whoever leaked this, because they're going to suffer in orange jumpsuit for about 20 years.
The megas, all you want to do is punish people. That's all you want to go after people. You want to punish
we
them.
want to grow warriors.
Oh,
now have a Secretary of Defense that is growing soldiers, not DEI. DEI is dead in the military. Thank God for number 47.
Well, DEI is just cementing in racism in our system, systemic racism. It just cements it in. It's just keeping it there instead of weeding it out like we were doing for so many decades. Now we're just putting it back in and putting it in permanently with this DEI thing. It's not an illegal thing. It's not something, crazy. It's not stupid. It makes sense.
It is
3
crazy.
words put together.
It has nothing to do with being a soldier.
Yes,
Nothing. So
okay.
It's dead. Thank God. Wasn't that an amazing operation, though?
Yeah.
You guys got to talk about it.
Oh, I know.
36 hours straight. I just drove 24 hours from Florida, and I'm still awake.
Well,
with one eye.
You know what I
coffee,
really
huh,
like?
CJ? Okay.
You know what I like? The video of all the trucks moving all of the uranium out of the bunker.
Really?
You saw the videos of it? There's
No.
just lines of trucks 2 days before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Moving
They
the
took it
uranium
all-
around?
They took it all out of there before the
Well, that's the
bombing.
same thing that Saddam did before George W. after 19 UN resolutions.
Yeah.
They moved them to
Okay.
Syria, and so
Yeah.
there were weapons of mass destruction.
Look,
Okay.
Liz,
All
look,
right.
we got a
The
text.
UN did
We got a text
nothing
from
as
Liz saying
usual.
that it's interesting. CJ says he's the truth teller, but when the truth comes out in a leak, it's bad.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right. CJ, thanks for that call. We got to move along. 19 past the hour. Back with more of John and Gordy in just a few moments.
Just Pam. Brittany had a family emergency. Do you want to do a?
Oh, yeah. Let's do.
We'll do
Best
one of
of
those.
Madison thing. And then I'll do.
Hey everybody, Rökker here. Join me for the Maxing Preview every Friday morning with John and Gordy right here on WMDX. And now they're up for Best Radio Team on Madison Magazine's Best of Madison poll. Let me just say, these guys rock, so they're getting my vote, and I hope you get out your vote too. They may be old, but they still know how to rock.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Thank you, Rocker. 723.
WMDX,
Yeah. He'll be with us in just a few minutes with that Maxing preview. Cloudy skies today, maybe some showers later. And this portion of the show brought to you by Madison Hearing Aid Center. You can find them at madisonhearingaidcenter.com, or you can go to their location, 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison. They are family-owned and community-focused. They offer passion over profit. Their number one goal isn't just selling hearing aids, it's improving the quality of life through better hearing. Madison Hearing Aid Center. You can get a free hearing test online, madisonhearingaidcenter.com, set up an appointment. And again, you can find them at 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison.
All right. Now, Brittany is away this morning,
Yes.
so we're just going to march on here. We've got a few texts. I like this one. People like CJ should get no more than 1 minute of airtime. You know, that would be a great idea, except John and Gordy cannot focus enough to narrow it down to 1 minute. So we're not
a good
that
suggestion,
disciplined.
though.
But yeah, it's a great idea.
We'll have to work on that.
We like to have fun with them as opposed to railing on them and, you know, sending them off on some kind of donkey cart.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of weird penalties.
Yeah.
All right. And then Cody, please remind CJ that Trump warned Tel Aviv twice to get the people out of their city.
Oh.
So he told them we were attacking, so they were able to get the uranium out of the area.
Mm-hmm.
It's Trump's leak, really.
Well, that's
very
you
good
know, that's
point,
an
Cody.
interesting point,
Yes,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, excellent point.
Wow.
All
Okay.
right.
We have Mark
Yes,
on the phone.
we've got Mark on the line. Yes.
Okay.
Go to
Good
the
morning,
phones.
Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, CJ is concerned about diversity, equity, and inclusion. That I seem to remember from reading the history books, the South actually contemplated letting slaves join the Southern Army. With slavery, it was with emancipation as a reward for removing slavery, and one of the arguments is that, well, if we do that and they see that they're as good as soldiers as our own soldiers are, that's, you know, defeating the whole point of is that all they can be is slaves. I mean, I mean, and the same is true that, you know, during the Revolutionary War, I mean, the British, you know, allowed, you know, slaves to join the British Army, and the price there would have been, you know, the reward there would have been ammunition from slavery, even decades before, you know, we actually, you know, became a full-fledged country in that, you know, a decade and a half, I guess, and the same is true for women. In the age of the machine, that, you know, women, you know, for handling this equipment, women are just as capable of men as running a tank or running a fighter jet or running a bomber. They're just as capable as anything else. Diversity, equity, inclusion means we give everybody the human opportunity to join in, you know, the rest of society, whether it be in the military or on campus, or society itself. I mean, that what's the whole thing that these people want is resegregate society, put people back in their place. You know, that's what it sounds like. I mean, that it just, you know, CJ talks about his biracial, you know, children or grandchildren, and, you know, but he's not recognizing the full potential of all human beings should just be recognized. And that's all DEI is doing.
Yes.
And DEI actually includes, on campus, DEI actually would include conservatives because they're part of the diverse population, even though half of their ideas are chicken manure, and that it is just beyond me that, you know, they're so bent out of shape. What I've, you know, got friends who go, DEI, all this. Well, DEI does not hurt anybody. It actually benefits us all.
Well, it's a learning moment for Pete Hegseth to be asked that question by a female reporter. And, you know, from now on, maybe he'll bring up women in the military a little more often, right?
Oh,
not just part of the guys. Yeah.
I kind of doubt it.
I doubt it too.
He thinks very highly of women, considering the way he's cheated on past wives, and who knows if he's cheated on the current one.
Well, he's in an alcoholic stupor most of the time anyway. So, all right, Mark, we got to move on. I got this crazy story for you. This story is something else. It's a new app. It's called Ice Raid. It poses a question that nobody has asked. What happens when you combine right-wing anger over hunting down undocumented immigrants, cryptocurrency speculation, and mix in there the Proud Boys and Enrique Tarrio? All right. So
what are you talking about?
All together. The app Ice Raid offers users tokens of the Raid digital currency in exchange for taking pictures of undocumented immigrants and submitting them to the app. Ice Raid claims that it will then provide the photos to law enforcement. The pitch is that reporting an undocumented immigrant could earn you cash. It's a speculative rush around crypto combined with fundamental authoritarian impulse, bringing your neighbors in line and getting the state to act against them. So that in general, we're going after immigrants in this case with this ICE Raid app.
Wow.
But then you could also move on and maybe crimes, obstruction, assaults on police officers, looting, rioting, or maybe just being your liberal neighbor, right? On Instagram, ICE Raid invited users to report liberal judges on controversial cases. They're going to take photos of judges, singling out like DC Judge James Boasberg.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, it's something to look out for.
Yeah. That's chilling.
It is chilling.
Yes.
It's moving on. Everything is getting worse and worse. We think it's bad now. It's just progressing or regressing in a startling way.
Yes. 29 past the hour. When we come back, Rökker is in the studio with a Maxing preview coming up.
Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Oh, yeah. Love is all you need.
Stephanie Miller here. Listen up, my pals John and Gordy are up for Best Radio Team in Madison Magazine's Best of Madison poll. I know, I was surprised too. Just kidding, please vote for them because they lead into my show, and when they do well, it helps me out too. Me. Love you, John and Gordy.
Well, we'd love to help.
Right.
Wow.
Thank you, Stephanie Miller. Yes. She follows our show every day here on 92.7 WMDX. And by the way, if you want to vote for Best of Madison, for John and Gordy, for Best Radio Team, the voting ends on Monday. So get to it. And you can go right to our website, WMDXradio.com, and click on the banner to vote Best of Madison. We also have, with our friends at Sugar River Pizza Company, we have a special deal. Of course, they've won Best of Madison a number of times.
Yeah.
But if you want to go there, you can vote for our show and also for Sugar River Pizza Company. And we're giving away some pizza parties over the next, right through the rest of the summer. I think we're going to do that about once a week. You can enter that contest if you want to have pizzas delivered by John and Gordy to your workplace. You can do that. So enter that contest again on our website, WMDXradio.com. Courtesy of Sugar River Pizza and WMDX and John and Gordy.
That's right.
Yeah.
And, Doug is working on a big promotion for us as well. And I just
Really?
want to mention it real quick here. You drive a Subaru, I have a Prius.
Yeah.
And Doug is coming up with a competition. It's the John and Gordy Join a Manosphere promotion update. And we'll be filling you in on that as the details.
Join the Manosphere promotion.
The Manosphere promotion.
Well, again, we're still workshopping that deal. Got to run that around the table a couple more times.
I think organizing the WMDX Monster Truck Competition is going to be the tough part.
Okay. A couple more things to mention here, John, before we get to Rökker. I know we got a lot of Maxing preview. This portion of the show brought to you by Verlo Mattress. You can wake up and sleep better on a Verlo mattress. A lot has changed since they opened their doors back in 1958, but some things have remained constant throughout Verlo's history. They're still direct to consumer and provide superior products at unbeatable prices. Verlo Mattress, 2 Madison locations, East and West, and Verlo.com. Want to also mention we're still in the contest hour here for a 4-pack of tickets to a Brewers game. It's the June 29th Sunday game against Colorado. The key word is park. You can text that word to us, park, P-A-R-K, for a 4-pack of Brewers tickets coming up for, again, Sunday, June 29th versus Colorado. You go to civicmedia.us for all the contest details. Okay.
All right, we've run out of time. Sorry about that.
Sorry, Rökker. We'll talk to you next week. Wait a minute. Oh, Rocker's here with a Maxing preview. Good morning, Rökker. Always good.
Gosh, you guys are too funny. Thanks for having me on again. You guys love it.
We love it. Are you kidding?
Always good to see you, man. So tell us what's going on Max Inc. this weekend.
Max Inc. Radio, 6 p.m. to midnight. Of course, that is local, Wisconsin-made music, interviews with the artists and local personalities, and live music in the Mad City with live performances. And this week we have John Hardy. Now, he is the owner of the Green Room. That's over in the old One Barrel Brewing.
Yes.
On the corner of Winnebago and Atwood.
Okay.
And so he's married to Mama T. They used to kind of curate the up north music schedule. And now he's purchased this place, and he's the owner there of the Green Room. And it's great because it's around the corner from the Atwood Music Hall.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of like the Green Room, right next door. So, I mean, there's before parties, after parties, a lot of fun. I went there. We're going to have John on, and we're going to be talking to him tomorrow night. Talk to him about his really cool laid-back new bar.
It's kind of a smaller place, though, isn't it?
It's I guess it's kind of smaller, but they have these beautiful bay windows that
that's great.
up,
Yeah,
and,
it's really nice. Yeah,
it's quaint.
Yeah,
and wow, it's really fills up with a lot of scenes.
Well, that's great to hear
during the shows. And Mandy Potter, she is the music programmer of Wednesday Night Live concert series in Mount Horeb that starts up here in July, and we're going to hear about. And she has a lot of local music. It's really great out there in Mount Horeb. We'll hear from Mandy Potter.
Wow, that's great.
There are a lot of shows coming in. It is summer, right?
Yep.
Lots of good stuff happening. And the Atwood Music Hall, it's hard to say too much about them because their schedule has just been amazing. And of course, if you don't know, the Atwood Music Hall is Madison's newest live music venue. It's a theater type situation over on Atwood Avenue.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's
I was
amazing.
in there, I just stopped in when they were doing the awards,
the Mama
show.
Awards. Yep.
Yeah, just for a few minutes, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, it's
Wow.
a perfect venue.
Yeah, that like thatched, arched ceiling.
The acoustics are great.
There's the upper balcony that you can watch.
Mhm.
There's really the line of sight in that place. There is no bad seat.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it on Winnebago though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just don't want to give people the idea that it's on Atwood Avenue.
Yeah, Atwood Music Hall. It is on
Exactly.
Winnebago. It used to be a church of all things, and it's this kind of nondescript, brick building over there. You probably driven past it 1,000 times and never noticed it was
they
even
fixed
there,
that
right?
up. Wow.
And I mean, the like kind of gym floor. It's totally amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, June 27th at the Atwood Music Hall on Winnebago, presented by One Barrel Brewing. June 27th is Disc with Graham Hunt. And Disc is a 5-piece rock band from Madison comprised of 5 different songwriters, each with their unique style and influences. You may have seen these guys around town. It is Isaac Dubrow Sloan and his bassist Raina Bach. They started it. They've known each other since middle school, but they added Logan Severinson, Shannon Connor, and drummer Brendan Manley. They're on Saddle Creek Records since 2020, and the band has strong ties to Madison. And, they kind of blew up. They got a little big, but they're right here. They're hometown guys.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check out a song from their Desperately Imagining Someplace Quiet album from 2022. This is Disc, If Only.
Wish I still got better sleep without another next to me. I'm lonely. If only I knew how you feel. My legs could stop their shaking. My heart could stop its breaking. If only. If I could cut this tangled cord, I know things would be better. But I think I could never. Won't leave.
Wow, that's really great.
Very, very cool. Yeah, love that.
Disc. Yeah, it's great, and they're kind of, they started as a young band back in 2017. I think they were just out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see these bands kind of get a little bit of national notoriety and be, hometown people. You still see Shannon up at the Willie Street North, where you'll see him up there working in between tours. So it's pretty crazy.
All right.
There's some more stuff happening. I know that the Evil Twins, right?
Yes.
John and Gordy does know the Marcus Bovary and the Evil Twins, and the Evil Twins with son Quentin Bovary will be at the Atwood Music Hall Saturday, June 28th. And Quentin Bovary, his son, hooks up with the Evil Twins. They tribute his father's music. Doug Meisner and Eric Doomer from the Evil Twins will be there. Usually sells out. Of course, Marcus Bovary passed away from brain tumor in 2013, and he was a legend here.
He was
a singer-songwriter.
songwriter.
But you know what? I would actually rather let John and Gordy introduce Marcus Bovary.
There you go.
Okay.
Right.
Let's hear this.
Let's hear that.
Do we have that?
Well, we're queuing it up.
Tom? We should be playing right now.
Okay, hang on a second. We will.
The basement bands, first in a long series, I hope.
That's right. We've been working on this for months.
We really have.
Yeah, and finally, it's all come down to this tonight.
That's
live, right here in the studios of WYOU.
We're going to debut a new CD from Marcus Bovary and the Evil Twins. Ghost, what is it? Ghost Stories? From Lonesome County. We're going to start off with a song from that new CD. Here's Marcus Bovary and the Evil Twins for 30 minutes.
See you later.
Wow.
You got your railroad money, you beat some way of solid ground. You got your funeral procession of a Tuesday night that never lets you down. When my baby, when my baby, I wake up swimming in the cold sweat, screaming, where is my baby? I'm in a motel.
That was fun to hear again.
Does that bring you guys back?
It does, man.
For those who don't recognize, that was what John and Gordy media show.
It was Media World.
Media World,
Yeah.
WYOU. That was 1994.
Cable 4.
Was it really 94?
Yeah, 1994. John and
Wow,
Gordy
okay.
introducing it. And you know, I was amazed. So I thought these guys are exactly the same. I mean, maybe the hair's a little lighter cut shade, but it was so funny. Just it's everything. And that, even down to the see you later.
So
Yeah, exactly.
I vaguely remember we just turned over the show to them that whole half hour, right?
Yeah,
we
that's
did.
what it sounded like.
We just
They
it's on
took the whole
YouTube.
half hour.
Is it on? Yeah.
Yeah, I found it on YouTube. It was great. All of a sudden, here it is, John and Gordy from 1994, together having a music show. I thought, how cool is this? Right?
Well, we did
That's
that
a
show
piece
in
of history.
Tuesday nights, I think.
Yeah.
On WYOU, and we did it for a couple of years.
I think
off
we
and
had the
on.
Obers on as well, but you know,
We
I
had the
got to tell
Oberos.
you, we wanted to make it a regular thing each and every month, a different group. But
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't really follow through on that because our attention span is just so
Yeah.
much.
Right?
Are there more? That was the only one that
Oh,
there
no,
was? or-
well,
I think we had the Obros, but I don't have that tape.
Oh,
They- every once in a while, they'd forget to record the show.
well, but usually we had a musical group every week.
Yeah.
You know, play a song or two.
Okay.
And then we'd interview them. And,
Wow.
you know, but we had other media people.
But it
on,
wasn't.
too.
It wasn't a setup where they had the sound person in there doing the entire show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
we
was
did.
a different situation. This was well produced.
Well,
Yeah.
that was great.
Yeah.
That was very historical, and now we learned so much more about you guys and your ties, historically to the music scene
Oh yeah.
here
Yeah.
in Madison.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
But
thank
anyway,
you.
so
Thank you for
the
that.
Evil Twins will be at the Atwood Music Hall tomorrow night,
Yes, Saturday, June 28th.
And,
That's right.
and that show is close to selling out, if not already sold.
Yeah.
out. But
And it'll be a great show there.
we'll have to
We
see
have
if we
time
can
for
get-
one more.
Yeah. Beth
Beth Killey Band.
Yeah.
She's going to be with Cimarron, and they're from Nashville. That's going to be Wednesday, July 9th at the Burr Oak. So you got a little time to plan. Beth Killey on guitar, mandolin, vocals. She has over 30 Mama Awards, including Artist of the Year in 2010. And her husband, Tony Killey, he plays drums. Michael Mood on bass, and guitarist Michael Tunney. He's won a Mama Award for Guitarist of the Year 2014. Saturday, July 12th. Don't forget, they'll be at the Sun Stage at La Fête de Marquette. That's coming up Saturday, July 12th at McPike Park. So let's hear a little bit of Beth Killey Band. This is Just Wanna Play from her Stark Raving Songbird album.
She's a runaway train. It's getting off the tracks.
And we will come back with more of Rökker with the rest of the Maxine preview in just a moment or two.
It's the boys' club, but she don't give a damn. She cried, I ain't looking to change the world. This is who I am. How the feel of the sixth string, the buzz of the amp. I like to bang my head and rock.
6:52. 92.7 WMDX. This portion of the show brought to you by Verlo Mattress. You can wake up and sleep better on a Verlo mattress. Plenty has changed since they opened their doors in 1958, but some things have remained constant since then. They're still direct-to-consumer, providing superior products at unbeatable prices. Verlo Mattress, 2 Madison locations, east and west. Go to verlo.com. Also being brought to you by MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. They're at 4706 Cottage Grove Road in Madison, offering fast and flexible appointments. They're family-owned and community-focused, and they're helping people change their lives with better hearing. Their number one goal isn't just selling hearing aids. It's helping people improve the quality of their lives through better hearing. MadisonHearingAidCenter.com. All right. Back to the MaxInc preview. Rökker, take it away. What do we got here?
I'll tell you. What do you think that the UW marching band does when they're on summer break?
Take a vacation.
No, they're still playing everywhere, aren't they?
They're still playing.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's a really cool concert coming up. It's a concert on Main Street with the UW marching band. It's Tuesday, July 8th at 6:30 p.m. It's at the DeForest Public Library.
All right.
So, yeah, Library Street
wow.
in DeForest, which I think would be just an absolutely amazing place to go see them really up close. You know, I mean, a lot of times it's either on TV or you're at the stadium. It's a far ways back, you know, or maybe at a parade, they just walk by. But this is an actual concert.
But there is a problem, of course. They have to be very quiet.
Yeah.
They have to mute the horns and the drums.
Can you play with the brushes, please?
Very, very quiet.
Hey, VO5 and Johnny Chimes, they're going to be doing a really cool show coming up Thursday, July 3rd, 4:30 to 10 p.m. It's the eve of Independence Day. It's at Westmoreland Park on the west side of Madison, Tokay Boulevard. It's free and sponsored by the Westmoreland Neighborhood Association. African Drums and Dancing at 4:30, Johnny Chimes at 5:45, and then VO5 7:15 to 9:30. And then guess what they have there?
What?
A drone light show.
Really?
So 9:30 they're going to start a drone light
cool.
show.
No kidding.
You know, and
wow,
it should be pretty crazy. Food carts are on site, and Bonzo was there, one of my favorite ones. Thailand in a truck, and local beers, ice cream, THC infused sips, and refreshing hard seltzer. So let's hear a little bit of VO5. I picked another different part to get another little slice of VO5. This is a cut from I Love the Sun, their Dance Originality CD.
Okay. That's great stuff. Reminds me of a little Spyro Gyro, that kind of thing.
Well, it's definitely that kind of 70s, like, you know, laid back, chill vibe.
Yes.
I mean, nobody does it better than them.
Well, I know they're going to have a drone light show. Of course, the John and Gordy drone on show is also something. and you'll be able to hear our drones at the end of this show.
Exactly.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
A Renclaw. Have you heard of them, John?
No.
Renclaw, Saturday, June 28th. They're going to be at the Boneyard. That's the place where, you know, you take your dogs, hang out. They got beer.
Dogs
park.
get in free?
I don't know if you'll have to check their membership. I'm not going to speak for them.
What?
I went there last week.
Catherine?
Okay. Did you have to pay to get in? No. Okay. The humans are free. Dogs pay something for a ball or something.
Well, they have a lot of stuff there. Beer garden, groomer, music venue, food trucks. Monsoon Siam is going to be there. They Renclaw, blending in country harmonies, slithery slide guitars. Renclaw creates a down-home backwoods soul shakedown. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Renclaw, minute by minute from a PBS broadcast.
Wow. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Town, maybe I'll just hang around. Well, I don't mind no lonesome town, cause I don't mind being alone. I'm going down lonesome town, maybe I'll just hang around. I don't mind no lonesome town, 'cause I don't mind being alone. Walking down that empty street, no need to talk to the people you meet. Nobody home, nobody to call, the handwriting's on the wall.
Well, that's a really good song.
Yeah, I figured you might like them. They're pretty cool. A lot of finger picking,
Yeah.
slide guitar, really cool stuff. And that's going to be Saturday, June 28th at the Boneyard, 2 to 5 p.m. Hey, we can still get this in. La Fête de Marquette. 19 years of La Fête de Marquette is coming up July 10th through the 13th. 6 stages, world-class music, incredible food, beer, and wine. Beth Keeley Band's going to be playing there. We mentioned them. Leroy Thomas and the Zydeco Roadrunners. Sonny Landreth, Dwayne Dopsy, and the Zydeco Hellraisers. And Nuggernaut. Those are just some of the highlights. Go find them. Just type La Fête de Marquette. You'll find them. Get the full schedule. There's tons of stages, tons of bands. And the Jimmies with Marsha Ball and Tracy Nelson are going to be Sunday, July 13th. We have the Jimmies with Marsha Ball. They wrote a song. It's called Write a Hit.
All right, here we go.
You cause me so much heartache and grief. $1 million seller is what you need. Hey, hey. I'm not the one who blew it, Jack. You said I do with so much conviction. Your commitment was a contradiction.
Yeah. Marsha Ball, what a great voice.
Oh, incredible.
Who's singing along with Marsha Ball?
That's Jimmy.
That's
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Bailey.
That's one of the Jimmies. Yeah.
It's the Jimmy.
It's the Jimmy.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but they're all Jimmies.
That's the deal. And
All right.
WMDX is one of the sponsors of La Fête Marquette, right?
Yes.
La Fête de Marquette. Yes. Yes, we'll be there. We'll be there, yeah.
19 years this year.
It's going to be fun. Rocker, have a good Max Inc. weekend, all right?
Thanks,
man?
guys. Appreciate it.
Always good to see you. That's going to wrap it up for us. Monday, it's the return of Pam Jahnke. She'll be coming back.
And here they come.
And so will we. And that'll be Monday. Have a great weekend.
The John and Gordy Drone Show.
Look out. Look out. Run for your life.